Welcome, my friends. It is so nice to be back at it again. I hope you're doing good. And I brought you another video about how to reflect on big decisions. Because recently, I myself found myself at the crossroads thinking about what I do next with my life. And I figured probably not the only one. A lot of you people out there probably also looking to make the next big move in their life. Maybe maybe you think about quitting your job or moving to a different city or drop out of college, whatever, whatever position you're at in life. Um, you may be thinking about it right now or don't know how to proceed with this whole thing because it's such a big decision. And I want to give you a little bit more clarity so you can know exactly how to reflect on those decisions to make the right choice. So, before we go into that, I want to share a little bit with you about my past 12 months and how it came to me making this video basically. And first thing is, yeah, I started those videos like uh, almost exactly 1 year ago when I started making those videos. And then I got myself a sales job. I decided I have to do something with my life. I have to make money. I have to build discipline. I have to work. Have to work on my communication, on my discipline, on my accountability. And I thought to myself, why sit around? Just get a sales job and you get all the whole package basically. And this is how I got myself a remote sales job while I still was living in Berlin, Germany, and started working right away, high pressure, doing bunch of cold calls, like 200 a day minimum. And with this, I started to learn so much about human psychology, about the ins and outs of sales techniques, and communication in general, and how I was not only doing the sales, I also was building the sales system as we are working on it. As we're working it, we're building the sales systems, me and my good colleague. So this was a very good job, great company, great pay. And the company was actually in Dubai, based in Dubai. And so we thought to each other, and after like 8 9 months, my boss said, "Hey guys, what do you think? How about we just open up an office in Dubai?" And yeah, so for this decision basically did not came that hard for me because I wanted to leave Germany for a long time, and this was like the perfect opportunity. Good job, good company, and the whole move would be very easy because I've already have a company, a job there. I will get my visa easy peasy, which is not, if you guys know, which is not as easy in Dubai. If you are trying to get a visa there, it is easy, but you have to either have a business, be invested in the city, or be employed somehow. And I chose the employment route and went off to Dubai. And for the past 6 months, I've been in Dubai, and it was great. Also in the office, it was of course high workload, like 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day, a lot of stress, also promising rewards, like the possibility of making 10, 20, 30K a month was there. So, and now, like 1 month ago, I decided I'm gonna quit my job in Dubai. Well, I decided it and I actually did it. I quit my job in Dubai, moved to Phuket in Thailand to train MMA and go after my actual dream. And for a lot of people, this sounds like really crazy because Dubai is great. Dubai is a great city. I had a secure job with good pay, um, with good pay without tax. So it was like the perfect setup. But yeah, somehow I did not feel myself going in the right direction, the direction I actually wanted to go. um, I felt like a little bit trapped, but also I felt like I was actually moving away from my actual goal, why I started the job in the first place, and somehow found myself in an office job where I just sit in the office all day long, cold call people like a telemarketer. And I just realized to myself, okay, this cannot be the life. This cannot be the life. I cannot do this for another 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the hopes and promises that I someday make a lot of money there. Yeah. And so I quit my job, moved to Phuket. I'm now in Phuket, Thailand. Just came back from two heavy sessions, one boxing, one MMA wrestling session, and loved every second of it. So, I want to go a little bit more into what you can do now to figure out the how to make this decision easier for you, if you should make it, or how you can figure out. Because one thing I learned in this whole period, I was thinking about it like for 2, 3 months, and even after I kind of made the decision, I was in the space of indecision. I was like not really sure if I should really do it or not, and it was hell. It was really hell, because not making a decision is far worse than making the wrong decision. And because you're like stuck in one place. And this is what I want you guys to avoid, to make a decision, a bold decision, maybe the wrong decision. You never know. I don't know for sure if I made the right decision now, but we'll see, because now I'm at least moving forward somewhere. I chose a path, and now I'm going down this path. It's better than to just stay at those crossroads and wait for something to happen. Because if you don't make the decision, the decision will make itself, and I don't know, one path closes up forever. So, first question you gotta ask yourself is it a strategic move, or is it just an escape? It can be, obviously, it can be both. It can be a strategic move to escape your current situation, to escape um, whatever you're going through right now, and it's totally fine. But the question I want you to ask yourself is, do you have an actual plan, or are you just don't want to do the stuff you're doing right now? Like, for example, you go to college and you just don't want to study, you want to go party and have drinks instead. Everyone wants that. I think everyone in college wants that. But do you have an actual plan? If you are considering dropping out, for example, or quitting your job, do you know what's coming next? Or do you just want to quit because you don't want to study, or don't want to do the work anymore? If that's the case, if you don't have a plan, then the best way out of the situation is to go through it. This is very important. So ask yourself, do you have an actual plan? What's gonna happen next? How do we what's the next steps like? I'm gonna go into detail on this a little bit further, but ask yourself, um, are you just doing it because you don't want to anymore, and you're like, oh, okay, don't want to do my job anymore, I don't want to work. Yeah, no shit, nobody wants to work a 9 to 5 job, but most of people have to, because they have no other choice. But if you have other choices, what are your choices? What plan did you make out of those choices? What do you want to do? What benefits would come from you making this decision? Like, is it a strategic move to bring you closer to your actual goal, or are you just gonna fuck off, go party and drinking, and uh, completely mess up your life? Then you're probably just trying to escape, and the funny thing is, your brain starts to making excuses. Your brain starts to turn everything around in a way that it sounds like the right move to do. So this is very important. It has to be a strategic move, not just an escape from your current situation, because everyone wants to escape. If you're not there where you want to be right now, then everyone wants to escape. But how do you do it? Next question is, or the next question that's gonna help you decide better if it's like a strategic move on escape is, are you actually enjoying the journey, or are you just after the end result? Are you enjoying what problems you are facing right now, or are you just trying to just holding your breath in hopes that someday there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, which is, for example, getting rich. A lot of people make money getting to like 10K a month, or making much money, having this much money in your bank account, make this their big goal. And what happens is, you chase the destination and you go down a path that you're probably not enjoying. And is this okay for a short amount, a short term? Yes, of course. And important disclaimer on this part: everything you choose will suck one or the other way. Going after big success always comes with pain, always comes with suffering, always comes with things you don't want to do. And you have to really, really, so, and this is the most important part about this, is not to ask yourself, what do I want from my life? This question, this framing I got from no, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck from Mark Manson. Very good book. I've heard it as an audiobook like for 3 4 times, and I can recommend it to you as well. And in this book, he asks the question, or he tells you to ask yourself the question, not what do I want, what enjoyment do I want from life, but what problems do you want to have? What pain do you want to experience? Because in life, it doesn't really matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. You will always have problems, and there will always come some sort of pain with it. You have to get this, oh yeah, there's this one path for me and this is perfect and I will just glide through it to success. This will never gonna happen. You will always face problems, you will always face pain, no matter what you do, even if you're on your journey and on the path that has been chosen for you and it is perfect for you and you love it. There will still be problems with it and pain. So ask yourself not what problems, what enjoyment do I want from life, but what problems do I want to have? Because problems will be there either way. For me, for example, my Dubai situation, for me personally, I had the situation that I was in the office 12 hours a day, sitting in a chair, cold calling people. I had no real money problems there. I mean, Dubai is expensive, yes, but I also made good money. And I had no real money problems there. I could eat out every day. I could use the taxi to work. I didn't have to use the metro and everything. It was nice. So I had no money problems, but I had um, like health problems basically, because I was sitting in the chair all day long. My back hurts. I was not able to go to my MMA training, to my boxing training, the way I wanted to, because the schedules with the time zone I was working in my job, and the schedules from the MMA gyms just didn't align. So I went to the gym, of course, was able to build a little bit of muscle there, but this is not what I wanted to do. I realized that I rather have my body aching from 2 training sessions a day. Maybe don't have as much security or as much money right now. Rather have a little bit more money problems and more uncertainty about how I'm gonna make it through the month. But enjoy the things I'm doing. I'm enjoying YouTube, doing those YouTube videos. I'm enjoying going to training, documenting it, telling you about it. This is what I enjoy doing. Cold calling every day 200 people is not what I enjoy doing. I did it because I wanted to get to the money. But the money is just the result of what you do, of achieving your actual goal, of achieving a dream and going there. The money is just the result of it. It's a byproduct. It's not the end destination. It's not the goal. So, also a very good question you can ask yourself: if money would be completely out of the equation, would you still do it? Or what would you do? If, for example, you're in your situation right now, maybe you're in college working a 9 to 5 job, we all did it. Question: if, let's take the money completely aside, ask yourself, what would you do if you would be, if money doesn't matter? Would you still do the things you're doing now? Would you still choose this path? Or would you go a completely different direction? This is a very important question. Also, like I said, for me, it was the thing. I rather have a little less money, maybe live a little bit below my means at the beginning, but I get to train on my schedule. I get to schedule my day the way I like to. I have the freedom to choose what I do for the day. And for me, the answer was, when I asked myself that question, if money wouldn't matter, I would not cold call 200 peoples every day, or do sales calls where I do the setting for the preparation for the closer. I realized I was only doing it for the money. And this is when I realized, okay, if I'm only doing it for the money, if I don't enjoy what I'm doing, of course, like I said, short term, high pressure, I learned a lot. And short term, high pressure, high stress is totally fine. But if you hate what you do, and it's not about the pain like is always there. But if you're just miserable all the time, then you're not gonna get to your goal either, and you're gonna just burn out eventually. So, what I can recommend you to do now to wrap this video up, so you have concrete action steps, is ask yourself the questions we discussed in this video. Also, turn off your phone, delete your Instagram, delete your social media, don't drink, don't smoke weed, or go party, or do any dopamine activity that's gonna spike your dopamine and give you like this brain fog. You need, or don't listen to music when you go out. You need the time to reflect. You need the time. Make yourself the time where you just sit for an hour looking at the wall and deeply think about your decision, and how to what are the pros, what are the cons, what are the possible consequences, what's the risk, but also what's the reward, and does the reward outweigh the risk for you? And this is something you have to ask yourself. I cannot make the decision for you, but I can give you like the right questions you have to ask yourself, and the right framework, so you can basically just make the decision yourself, the right decision for yourself. And this is basically it. Make yourself a plan. Don't just drop out of college because you don't want to study. Uh, Build a safety net. If you're thinking about quitting your job right now, or moving to another city, build a safety net. Make sure you have at least 5K, 10K, 15K in savings, so you can take that risk. You can take that risk comfortably without having to worry about getting another job like in the next within the next 2 months, because otherwise you run out of money. With this saved up 10, maybe 15K, maybe a little like it a little bit more risky than 5K is enough. And if you have like a safety net where you know, for example, for me personally, 5K is a little bit risky, but it's okay, because in Thailand the things are it is very cheap. You can live with a lot less than in like Europe. So, and for example, Dubai as well. So basically, just figure out the plan, make yourself a safety net, and have a concrete idea on what's next. how are you gonna make your money? What are the next steps? What are like your next moves for the next months, weeks, months, years? What is this gonna look like? What are you trying to achieve, and how does this path? How does this path work for you? Those are the important questions, and all those are the important stuff you have to know before making that move. You can, of course, just go ahead and you know, try it out like without a plan and everything, drop out and then try to figure it out. Personally, for me, from my experience, that doesn't work as good because you're just in a position where you're not able to operate, or if you have no money, you're not able to do the things you want to do, and also you just like have to figure too much things out at one too much out at the beginning. So it's good to know it has to be like the direction you want to go, the next activities you have to do, that has to be like, so you have a smooth transition from what you're maybe trying to quit your job or drop out of college or move to another city. You have to have like a smooth transition, otherwise you will fall into the abyss, let yourself go, go party because it's the easier way, and then I don't know, make some stupid choices. So guys, I hope I could help you with this one. Everyone, keep going, and see you on the next one.